ahead.
This conference will
Yeah.
now be recorded.
So for me, I
See
mean,
this.
like I try to
Yeah,
import this retail banking template, but it doesn't work actually. I mean, I tried couple of times and it is loading, and then nothing happened actually. I don't know what is being wrong.
yeah. So actually, it is a bit lengthy file, so that
Mm-hmm.
it will take some time to install it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I mentioned, right, try with telecom template.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, try with telecom template.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let us start the session, guys. Okay. So, just let us recap what we have learned till now and what we have seen till now. Then we will go into the next topic. So, first thing, set up the environment. So like I mentioned, you need to enable some services like ADM, DDS, RTDG. You have to enable real time stream data flow. All this you need to enable in the environment. In order to set up the environment, you need to set the dnode type argument, and you need to restart the server. After you restart the server, verify within the admin studio whether everything is added. Verify within the dev studio also whether it is added or not. So next, what you have to do after that, what you have to do is you need to once you set up the environment, what we have done, we have to use Cassandra database. Third thing is um, identify the context, the primary context, secondary context, and associated context. So we have three types of context, right? Primary context, associated context, and secondary context. So the primary context is nothing but the primary audience. Secondary context is nothing but the secondary audience. Associated context is nothing but the data that is present with this particular context. So now we have created the application. Then let us see the next step. So we have seen configure the context dictionary after creating the application. Before that, you need to import the data model and template. You try to import communications data model. Okay, try to import communications data model and communications template. That is nothing but the telecom data model and telecom template. Once you install this, template, the next step will be configuring the context dictionary. That's what we have seen. Then let's go to the next step, which we are going to see right now. So I'm just assuming that this is my new application and we are going to create the structure. So what we have to do next is we need to start configuring the taxonomy. Taxonomy means what? So taxonomy means it is nothing but the business structure. So the first and foremost thing after configuring the context dictionary, we need to configure taxonomy. The taxonomy is divided into three components. The first component is business issue. Second component is business group. Third component is propositions. Business issue, business group, propositions. So what is mean by business issue, business group, and propositions? So why do we need to configure taxonomy? See, first thing, we need to understand why does the business wants to promote some products. So the business issue means it is nothing but the reason for promotion. Okay, the reason for promotion, you call it as business issue. So let us take a bank. Why does the bank wants to do promotion? There can be many reasons. Okay, there can be many reasons. Something like they want to increase the sales. They want to let us say um, do retention. Retention means retain existing customers. Like for example, customers are getting lost. Okay, customers are not continuing with the bank. They are going to some competitor. Do they want to retain these customers by providing some discounts and offers? Say for example, you might have seen, you go to some shopping mall, the shopping mall is not functioning well. They will provide some 50% discount, 100% discount, or buy one get one, this kind of things, right? This is to make the customers retain. This is to attract the customers to stay with that particular business. That is nothing but retention. Third thing is acquisition. That is one more reason, which means like acquiring customers. Okay, that means there are no customers are there. The main reason for promoting is to increase the customer database. So there can be multiple reasons why the bank wants to promote, or any other business wants to promote, to increase the sales, to retain the customers, to acquire more customers, let's say to maintain the existing customers. There can be different reasons. These reasons, we call it as a business issue. So then generally these are the most frequently used reasons. That's why I'm giving these three, but there can be many more also why the bank wants to promote. Then what is mean by business issue? What is mean by business issue? A business group. So the business group is nothing but the category of promotion. Okay, so the category of promotion, we call it as business group. So what is mean by that? Like I told you, let's say the bank wants to increase the sales. That is the reason why they are promoting. Now they will give the business issue as sales. Okay, they will give the business issue as sales. They will give the business group as let's say something like uh, credit cards. Okay, like credit cards. This is nothing but the category of promotion, because let's say they want to promote something like a some neo chip credit card. This is the product that they want to promote. This is the product that they want to promote. For this product, the category is what? The category is credit cards, right? Let's say the bank wants to promote 50 lakhs personal loan. For this product, the category is something like personal loans, credit cards, debit cards. Similarly, if you take an e-commerce company, you can have the categories like mobiles, laptops, furniture, something like this. So this particular thing, we call it as business group. Okay, this particular thing, we call it as business group. So that is nothing but the category of what you promote. We call it as business group. Just like credit cards, debit cards, personal loans, all these things. Then the third thing that we have is propositions. So what is meant by propositions? So propositions means anything that you propose to the customer, it's called as propositions. Okay, anything that you propose to the customer is called as propositions. because it can be an offer, it can be a product, it can be a service, it can be discount, whatever it is, right? I can promote something like a 50% discount on a particular laptop. That is actually a discount promotion. I can promote something like a personal loan service. That is like a service. I can promote some laptop product. That is a product. I can promote something like a buy one get one. That's an offer. So the bank or any business can promote anything to the customer. That's the reason we give the generic name as propositions. Propositions means any kind of promotion that you do, we call it generically as propositions. So these are the three components that you have to be aware before we create the taxonomy: the business issue, the business group, the proposition. So now what you have to do is you need to come to here and you need to click on configure, decisioning, decisions, proposition management hierarchy. That's what you have to create. So I just come here. So you see already there are some existing issues and groups that are created using the template. You see all these are the reasons. So all this which you are seeing on the left side, these are all the business issues. The business issues are nothing but what? They are nothing but the reason why you are promoting. Okay, the reason why you are promoting. So you see here I have enablement, I have summer sales. That means the reason why they are promoting is in order to increase the summer sales. I have sales. The reason why they are promoting is to increase the sales. Similarly, I have maintenance. That means they want to maintain the existing customers. That is maintenance. All these are nothing but the business issues. So let us create a new business issue here. I click on add. Okay, just a minute, it's loading. Okay, so sometimes you find this, just click on CDH again and go back. So I'm going back to the proposition management. I think it's it looks like the cloud is down or something. Yeah, the cloud is down. We just need to restart it again. Yeah, so the cloud is shut down. So again, this kind of things you might face. So just make sure that you take backup every time without losing anything. You can take the backup so that you don't lose anything. But these three components which I told you, you need to be aware of what are those three components and how to use them. You are clear, right? What is business issue, business group, and propositions? So whatever you are promoting, like you are promoting some black color t-shirt, right? You are promoting some black color t-shirt. That comes under what? That comes under t-shirts category. Okay, you are promoting some mattresses that come under some mattresses category. Okay, so that category we need to define them as business group. Okay, you are promoting some, let us say some mobile phone, right? You are promoting some OnePlus 5, OnePlus 6 mobile phone. That will come under phones category, right? That will come under mobiles category. So like this, you need to be aware what is the category that you need to set, which is nothing but the business group. Okay, that is nothing but the business group. So now I will log into the portal. So we will start configuring these three components within the Dev Studio. So I'm going to the Dev Studio. You need to click on the intelligence, then click on Prediction Studio, and you need to switch to the Dev Studio. That's what you have to do. Okay. So when you're practicing, is the cloud slow for you, or is it fast for you?
It's slow for me actually.
Yeah.
It's
So
sometimes
like,
slow and sometimes fast. Depends.
Mhm. Yeah. So like I told, you can actually practice in personal edition. All of you, all the Pega decisioning topics are there in personal edition. So you can practice it there also. If you feel any
Ravi,
slowness,
yes,
yes.
yes. Ravi, in the personal edition, we do the changes in the Tomcat, right? Before we discuss about we can give that ADM and RTM and all those things.
Uh,
Hello?
Repeat again.
No, no. In the personal edition, we need to change in that Tomcat version and all those things, right? In that node level, we need to give
Right.
remaining that
Right.
already given that. Then, if you get any decisioning means, then you can use the personal edition, right?
Right.
Mhm.
You have to do
But
that. Correct.
there is any alternate solution is there every time you are using the cloud and it sometimes is getting the issue.
No. So for marketing, like I told, right, you can use cloud. For decisioning, you can do that, right? So at least 40% of your course will be in decisioning only. So
Mm-hmm.
just for 60%, you need to adjust with cloud. 40% you can manage in Dev Studio in personal edition.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
I understood that. But there is no alternate solution for both we are using for downloading and all those things.
No, no, no. You need to take
Ravi,
backup, but there is no other solution. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I succeeded in installing the CDH on a personal edition and I don't have any issues. It is running smoothly.
Oh, okay. Great then.
Yeah.
So you don't have any issues, huh?
No, I don't have any, but I do have issues, but I resolved it actually. So,
Oh, okay. So then you can provide some guide to us so others can follow that. That
but actually, I do have a business account with Pega actually. I mean, actually, I'm administrator for the project in Pega, so I downloaded the licensed versions actually on my personal laptop, and then I
okay. If
triggered this.
possible, then we'll connect separately. We'll see how the issues are resolved. Then I'll
Yeah.
try to teach the other people.
Even sorry for the interrupt. Even also have a account in the Pega. So after that we discuss and we can give help us to us.
Hmm. Okay, that's fine. See, there's not much issue. I don't know why you feel that much issue with the cloud. There is not much issue in that. Okay, you can do the practice. Only thing you need to take backup. Then nothing, no issue will be there. Okay.
Okay.
So let us see how do we configure this business issue, business group, and propositions within the application. You need to go to the configure here. Go to the decisioning, decisions, proposition management. This is where you configure the business structure. The business structure consists of three components: business issue, business group, and the propositions. So let's see that. So I click on add, then click on new business issue. So then what I will do, I'll create a new business issue. Let's call it as acquisition. I'll call it as acquisition. Now I select the rule set um, as Pega CRM dash rules rule set. Then click on create. That means I'm giving it as acquisition, which means I am interested in acquiring more customers. That is the reason why I am promoting. Okay, that is the bank intention. I want to increase the customer database that I have. So the business issue here is acquisition. Now I will create the business group. I need to click here, new group. So let us say I give the new group name as, let's say, personal loan. That means I will promote some attractive personal loan offer to the world or to Indian customers or South Indian customers. Then I will try to make them as my customers. That is the intention. So I give it as personal loans. Then select the business issue as acquisition, and then you select the rules rule set and click on create. Now my business group is also created, which is personal loans. Okay, so I'll create one more, something like a housing loans, something like that. This is the issue, slowness. Okay, so the personal loans is created. Now I just click on add. I click on new group. So this time I will create a new group, something like a housing loans. Now I select the business issue as sales, sorry, acquisition. The rule set as rules rule set. Okay, I'm selecting the rule set as rules rule set. Then I am selecting create button. So now I created one issue, two groups. So the issue name is acquisition. Then within this I have personal loans, I have housing loans. Okay, I have housing loans and personal loans. Now let us add the propositions. Let us add the propositions. What you have to do is, I'll add in personal loans. You can just click on this and expand this. Then you click on this link. You click on this link where you can add the propositions. Like I told you, anything that you propose to the customer. So it can be an offer, it can be product, it can be service, it can be discount, anything. It can be a simple notification also. But still, you are trying to promote something, you are trying to propose something. So that's the reason generically we call it as proposition. Now check out. So after you check out, then you just click on new button and start adding the propositions. So let us add two propositions here. What I'll do, I'll just say something like 50 lakhs personal loan with 12% annual interest. Some personal loan promotion I am giving here. Okay, some personal loan promotion I am giving here. So that is one proposition. Similarly, I'll create another proposition here. Okay, so actually this issue is also noticed from cloud, where you actually don't see the proposition that you create. Okay, that issue is also there. So I'll just create a new one. Anyways, second one I'll give 1 CR personal loan. Click on create. Okay, so ideally it should show here there is some issue with the cloud again, but I'll just try to close it and open it again. I am checking in. Okay, so it is coming now. Yeah, this issue is observed in cloud, but it will not be coming in your real-time project or in your real-time scenarios. Okay, so where you will be actually not able to see this thing. But again, once you create that, once you create this credit cards or debit cards, let's say here, let's say, you see, the reason is sales, the group is credit cards, and if you open this credit cards, you can see that these propositions are added like this. So these are the propositions which are there. So let's say I add one proposition here, so that might be working here. Let me add something like a Sodexo credit card. Okay, but this is how you add a proposition. Okay, this is how you add a proposition. While adding the proposition, there are three options, which means whether this particular promotion, it should be active always. Okay, active always means it should be enabled, never, which means you are disabling the promotion. Third one that we have is within a defined time period. For example, let's say there is some proposition, something like 50% discount on some particular furniture. This 50% discount is available only during Christmas season. That is, let's say from Christmas first, December 1st to December 31st. That is where you use this option. Okay, so you can simply select, let's say I select 2021, and I select December. Okay, here, and I select December 1st to December 31st, like that, which means during this particular time period only this proposition will be active. So once the system reaches this particular time period, that is 31st of December, 12 o'clock, automatically this proposition will go to inactive status. Okay, automatically it will go to inactive status. So again, this issue with this cloud only, but again, you will not face this issue in your cloud or in your system or in your project. So the thing is, just this is something like a festival discounts. That's the best example that you can consider. Like during some particular festival, you want to give some promotion, then you can select the particular time period and you can activate that. So this is how we create the propositions in the business group. Now let's see how do we do it using see, again, now it is coming, the Sodexo credit card. How do we use this import and export option? Okay, how do we use this import and export option? So what I'll just select always and I click on save. So in real time also we need to add the propositions here itself. Okay, so in real time you will have more than 100 offers, more than 200 to 300 propositions. So how does it work? We don't create the propositions manually. What you do is you will simply export the list of promotions that you have to do. For that, what you have to do is you need to basically export it. Before that, what I will do, so I'll just show you now what we have done. We have created acquisition issue, personal loans group. Within the personal loans group, I created something like 1 CR loan and 50 lakhs loan promotions I created. Now I want to give some characteristics for this proposition. The characteristics for these propositions are nothing but the attributes for these propositions, whatever the attributes that you create. For example, I am saying 1 CR loan, but what is the EMI that we need to pay for this? How many years the tenure that loan will be there? Okay, and what is the monthly EMI and what is the name of the loan, something like that. For this, you need to create properties. Okay, for any kind of promotion that you do, you need to have some characteristics for that promotion. For example, you are trying to promote a t-shirt which comes under shirts business group. Okay, it comes under shirts business group. Now you need to give the characteristics for this, like what is the color of the t-shirt, right? What is the size of the t-shirt, and what is the brand that is modeling this t-shirt. All these are nothing but what? These are nothing but the characteristics that will identify this promotion. Similarly, any kind of promotion will have some characteristics. This will also have some characteristics. Those things we need to create it as the fields. You will create the fields in the form tab. Okay, what you need to do, you need to open the business group, that is a decision data. I'll tell you what is decision data. You need to go to the form tab. So within the form tab, you need to scroll down, and here you can add the field. Okay, here you can add the field. So I just click on add field. Okay, then I can just start adding some fields here. So let us give the field name something like let's call it as monthly EMI. Okay, or monthly EMI that you need to pay. I'm just clicking on this icon to create the property. So this property will be created in SR class. So what is SR class and all that, let me tell you first, so that you can understand why we are creating here. So you notice that whenever you created this decision data, notice this class CRM-SR- this one. That means, so what is mean by that? SR class stands for strategy result class. SR class stands for strategy result class. What does this strategy result class mean? Strategy result class will contain, it will contain what results the strategy will give you. Okay, it will contain what results the strategy will give you, and this is the base class for all Pega decisioning. Okay, this is the base class for all Pega decisioning, and before this one parent will also be there. I'll tell you that also. So this SR class stands for strategy result. Whatever the result that comes from strategy, right, it will be present in this SR class. Now this SR class will be created. Okay, it will be created whenever you create at least one business issue. Okay, in your system, right, in your application, in your decisioning application, if you create at least one business issue, this SR class will be automatically created. You don't need to create it manually. Okay, you don't need to generate it manually. In this particular application, I have lot of business issues and lot of business groups. You see, all these business issues are there: acquisition, enablement, maintenance, all these are there. Within them, business groups are also there. That's the reason by this time automatically SR class is created. It will be created with the structure as application ID dash SR. Whatever the application that you created, right, when you are creating the application, some application ID will be generated, right? That application ID dash SR, that is how it will be there. Okay, now let's say you are creating the business issue, then the structure will be application ID dash SR dash issue name. Okay, this will be the issue name dash, if you are creating a business group, it will be the group name, that is a business group. Okay, so this will be the dynamic, all these are dynamic. Application ID dash SR dash issue name dash group name. So if you just open this here, so my application ID is CRM. So now I go to App Explorer and I can simply type my application ID dash SR. All the rules, right, whichever like the groups, issues, everything, those rules will be present in that particular class. So I say SCRM dash SR. Now you see all these classes are created. CRM dash SR dash acquisition, CRM SR dash acquisition dash housing loans. All this is created. Now if you just search for this, again same kind of inheritance concept work here, which you see in your work pool, the class group. Let's say you have implementation classes, you have work class. If you are creating a property in work class, that property can be used in all implementation classes. Similarly, let's say I am creating a property at acquisition level, I can use that property in the housing loans and personal loans. Again, here property is nothing but the characteristics of the SR. Like I showed you, right? If you are creating something like a t-shirt, what is the color of the t-shirt? What is the size of the t-shirt? What is the brand of the t-shirt? That is nothing but the property in this decisioning perspective, the characteristics. So let us say something like I have something like a bank name, that is the property that I am creating. That property I can use it in acquisition because the bank name property will be used by housing loans and personal loans, right? Let us say something like I have loan ID. That loan ID I can create it in acquisition because I can use it in housing loans and personal loans. But let's say something like I have like the housing loan number, but that will be present in housing loans only, right? Because you cannot use it in personal loans. Like that same like inheritance structure that you use, class inheritance, the same thing that will be applied here also. And whatever the rules that you create, right, they will be displayed here. Okay, whatever you are creating, they will be displayed here. You can just go through the SR class structure and see what all you create, it will be coming in this class. So now that we understood that, so you can just let me know if you have any questions. Meanwhile, I'll create this property. So I'm just creating this. Notice that I am creating it in credit cards group. Okay, or I think need to create it in, yeah, I'll create in that only. Just a minute. Okay, I just come here and go to the form tab. Scroll down. Now click on monthly EMI, and I am creating this in credit cards group. That means it is used only by this particular class. Let's say I have some other group like debit cards. I cannot use it. I cannot use it because I'm creating here. But let's say I'm creating it in sales, then I can use it in credit cards group and also debit cards group. Same like your class inheritance that you have in core Pega. Same thing applies here also. Instead of work, SR is there. That's it. Okay. So now I'm saying monthly EMI. Then I click on save. Let's say this is one property, monthly EMI. Let's say we will create one more property. We'll create one more property. Let us call it something like. Okay. I just click on add field. Okay. Let's say like monthly interest, or let's say something like credit card name. I will give it as a credit card name, and I click on this. So I'm just creating two properties. I'm creating it in the sales dash credit cards group. Now I save it. So before you actually create the propositions, you should create the characteristics of those propositions. Okay. Now why I am saying that, we will come to know that. So you need to create the properties or characteristics of the propositions in the form tab. Okay, in the form tab you need to do that. Now let us do the export and import instead of adding it manually. Okay, see, now this is what I added manually by clicking on the new button. But in general, if you have 400 propositions, you cannot create the propositions manually. You need to do using import option. You need to do using import option. Now what you have to do is you need to click on the export button, then download the CSV file and open the CSV file. What you do is in real time, this CSV file, you provide it to the business, then the business will load all the offers that they want to promote and they will give it to you. That is the real time scenario what we follow. We need to take this CSV file which contains the propositions template with the attributes. So for example purpose, I have only created 2 attributes, but in real time you can have many more. You need to create the attributes. Those attributes will also be added in the CSV. You will give this template CSV to the business. Business will load whatever the propositions that they want to promote. They will load it here and they will give it to you. Okay, they will give it to you. Then your job is simply to import that to the Pega again. That way you can do it in few minutes. So now coming to the CSV, now let us add few propositions here into the template. So notice the properties for the issue and group. If you observe the PY issue, right, that is the property for business issue. So what I will do, just remember, you need to definitely remember this property names. These are basic things. So the business issue, which is this acquisition, it will be present under dot py issue property. Okay, this is nothing but the business issue. The business group, again, Anyways, you know dot, right? So business group will be present under PY group property. So the very good advantage for Pega decisioning to remember things is at least 95% of all properties start with PY. Okay, you know why we use PY and PX, right? So I'll not stress on that. But all the properties are PY properties only. Okay, at least most of them are PY properties. So this is PY issue, this is PY group, and the proposition that you are uploading or the proposition that you are promoting, that will be present under PY name. Okay, PY name. PY name is nothing but proposition name. So these are the properties that you need to definitely remember from a decisioning perspective. So here I have PY issue. Now I just simply copy this and I add one more. I add two more. Okay, I'm adding two more here. Sales. Then if you just scroll to the right side, there is one more property that is called PY is proposition active. This is the property which we have three options, right? Always, never, within defined time period. So this is the property that is holding that value. Okay, this is the property that is holding the value in the backend. Now coming to the proposition name, this is the proposition name, PY name. Okay, this is the proposition name. You notice that whatever we created, right, that is also coming here. Sodexo credit card. For a decision data, I'll tell you about decision data later, but for this proposition name, that is PY name, should be mandatory. PY name is the primary key. Okay, PY name is the primary key. The PY name should never be duplicate. Okay, it should never be duplicate. It is the primary key. The PY name should not contain any spaces. It should be without space. So that's the reason I'll just give, let's say I'm adding two more credit cards. I'm adding two more credit cards, something like a Visa Blue credit card. So I'm just giving something like this, Visa Blue credit card. Without spaces you need to give it, and the PY name should always be unique. Then again I will give one more, something like a MasterCard. Okay, I'll just say something like rewards MasterCard. This is another credit card I'm giving. Okay, this is another credit card, that's rewards MasterCard. Notice that I'm not giving any duplicate values, I'm giving without spaces. Okay, that's it. That is the unique value which will not accept space. So for the PY name, there is a simplified version or readable version which is called the PY label, which you can see that. But now when I scroll to the right side, you can actually see the custom attributes which will be present here. You can see the custom attributes to the right side. I believe they'll come at the last. You see, this is the one. This is the one, right, that we added, monthly EMI, and also the credit card name. That's what we added. Okay, monthly EMI and the credit card name. So I'll just give some random values, like some 50,000, 5,000, 2,000, 3,000, and let's say 4,000. Some values I'm giving, 1,000 and 5,000, something like that. Then credit card name I'll just give for the last two, something like a Visa card. Then this I'll give as MasterCard. Okay, just I'm giving some random values. And you see the PY label which I told you, the PY label, this is the simplified version or short description. Okay, this is the short description for the offers. This can be duplicate. Okay, this can be duplicate, this can contain spaces, this can contain the special characters, everything it can contain, because this is like a description for your PY name. This is like a description for your PY name. Okay, that's what you need to remember here. So now that we have configured this all propositions in the Excel, we will simply import this to the application. Okay, we'll import this to the application. You can modify this key code also. This key code I'll just tell you later, but for now it will come in the Pega marketing also. I'll tell you later. So I'm just adding this key code and I'll simply import this CSV. So I come back, I click on import. Now I select it from my local drive. Okay, so I just stop it here. I'm selecting it from my hard disk. Okay, so now I selected it. So what I'm doing, I'm just doing nothing. I'm just say again, this is the same real-time scenario that you have to follow. You need to add a proposition, or you can take a template export, send the template to the business will load all the propositions that they want to promote, then just import it here. So now I imported, then I click on the load button. After I click on the load button, the file is successfully loaded and is ready to be imported. I click on the import button. Okay, so now you see the propositions are imported here. You see the Visa Blue credit card, and the one more is the Rewards Mastercard. These are the two that we have added. Okay, these are the two that we have added in the CSV file. Now if you open that proposition also, you can actually see the values that we have given. Okay, so same for all of them. So you can just see same for all of them. You will be able to see whatever we have given, right? So this is what we have given in the CSV, and the same thing is coming in the here also. So this is how you do it in real time, how you add bulk propositions to the decision data, how you add bulk propositions to the decision data. Now I click on check-in button. So any questions still here? What we have done, how to add propositions to the business group. So we have seen how to create a business issue, how to create the business group, how to add the propositions to the business group. Okay, after that, this is how you do it. Okay, this is how you add bulk propositions to the decision data. You need to export it, add the propositions, and import it. So now all these propositions are ready to be promoted. Then there is one more thing that you need to remember. See, when you notice, if you notice, while creating the business group from this particular area, it is giving me two options. Create versioned proposition data. What is mean by versioned proposition data? Simple. See, why do we need version proposition data? See, just like a software, right? For example, Pega Systems is making a change to the software. They will be creating a higher version of the same software. Okay, same way, let us say you have a requirement like a login form. You need to modify that login form and you need to add some more button. Then what you will do, you will save it into a new rule set version, right? Because you are doing a change. Same like that only in real time also, the propositions are meant to be changed, right? Because let us say today the EMI of this particular credit card is $1,000 or 1,000 rupees. But in future, the business is changing this EMI to 1,500. So at that time, you don't modify the same version. What you do is you will just simply save as and you will create a higher version. You will create a higher version. Just like how you do in Pega, creating multiple rule set versions. That you call it as versioned proposition data. Okay, that you call it as version proposition data. If you see here, this checkbox is selected and you see the version is there. Now I unselect this checkbox. You can see the version propositions is gone. There is no rule set version now, right? There is no rule set version now. So this is called as versioned proposition data, and how you create a propositions in a particular rule set version. Clear? Any question? Always we create version proposition data only. We never create any unversioned proposition data. So you can see that the this is having a version control. You just need to simply save as to higher version when you are updating any one of this proposition. Okay, any questions, any doubts based on whatever we learned today before you practice? So again, this is the last demo session. From Monday, you need to be enrolling for the course. So please make sure that you enroll by today or tomorrow and let me know. Tell me,
And
yes,
Ravi,
any question or anything?
yeah, Ravi, like for example, you said they
No
can
questions?
be uh, Ravi, am I audible?
Okay, what is the use of non-version proposition data? So you can actually see the non-version proposition data in this particular area. So the non-version proposition data will be used by business architects. Okay, it will be used by the business architects and the business people. Okay, it will be used by them. They will only be using this thing. We will not create unversioned proposition data. That is only for some testing that they want to use. They will be creating without any version. But if it is in the version means it is generally promoted to customer just for testing purpose, whether something is working fine or not. Business team, client side people will be creating that. Okay, but you never create this, and you cannot deploy this also because they don't have any version. You cannot deploy this, just only for used for testing purpose. Okay, so just follow this, try to practice whatever we learned today, creating the issue, creating the group and everything. Yeah, how to connect the secondary context to the application, all that I'll discuss with you. We'll see how to do that later session. But just practice whatever we'll see today, issue, group and proposition, and how to create the attributes, everything. We will resume this discussion on Monday, and we'll continue with the next topics also. So expecting all of you to see from Monday. Make sure that you enroll to the course by today or tomorrow, maximum by Sunday. Okay, so see you soon. I'll be sharing you the assignment to everyone who enroll by today end of the day. You can practice that assignment. It will contain step by step, like some sample application will be given to you, which you need to prepare. Yeah, actually it is out of time. We'll help you with the template issue. Probably we'll connect on Monday and we'll see that. Okay, I will connect and see that one later. So yeah, but meanwhile you can practice this. So you can go for telecom template, everyone, because I have tested the telecom template, right? That's why I'm telling you. So you install the telecom template, it will be done in few minutes. It will not take much time. All right then. See you in the next session. Hoping all of you to enroll. Thank you guys.